We all know life is a roller coaster with ups and downs that shape us in many different ways. Everyone's experiences are unique, but there are signs that someone has gone through a lot of hard times. By understanding these signs, we can develop empathy and create better bonds with the people around us. Struggling to accept kindness. Can you imagine being given a helping hand, not knowing how to take hold of it? Those who have been through some rough times tend to find it hard to accept kindness and to believe that anyone wants to help them. This may be the result of a previous trust being misplaced or help with strings attached. Defense mechanisms honed over years of hardship mean it's not uncommon for them to become withdrawn or even push away those trying to offer support. Frequent apologies. Ever met someone who says sorry way too often? People with difficult pasts may over-apologize, even for things they don't have anything to do with. Often, this reflects a belief, internalized, that in some way they are responsible for the discomfort or inconvenience of others. It's as if they're carrying an invisible scoreboard, ensuring they stay on the right side of everyone's expectations. Remaining calm during crisis. Some people act strangely calm when the going gets tough, like a sea of tranquility in the middle of chaos. This is often the sign of someone who has endured many storms before. After so much, they've come to not sweat the small stuff, and their calmness can either be a strength or a sign of desensitization to stress. Reluctance to ask for help. Do you know someone who never asks for help, even when they could use it? They don't want to ask for help because they have had a rough life. It comes from a long history of past experience to where that very independence was born out of disappointment or betrayal of others. Over-explaining situations. If you've ever encountered someone who seems to provide an encyclopedia's worth of context for even the simplest statements, you're witnessing another sign of hardship. Many of us over-explain, having built it after years of being misunderstood or unfairly judged. Laughing at traumatic stories. Have you ever heard someone tell a story that is more tragic than funny, but they are laughing all the way through it? For outsiders, this coping mechanism can be jarring, but it's a way for them to regain power over their past. They laugh, and in that laughter, they turn trauma into something they can control, even for just a moment. Humor as a shield. Humor is often the greatest weapon of those who have been through adversity. Having a great sense of humor can be a powerful way to deflect pain and deal with difficult emotions. People who have been through tough times are often the funniest people in the room and use laughter to connect to others and lighten their own load. Extreme self-reliance. Another hallmark of someone who's been through the ringer is independence. Often, when life throws you curveballs, you need to develop a strong sense of self-reliance. This can be a fabulous quality, but it can also make it hard for them to depend on other people, even when they need to. Remarkable resilience. The secret superpower of those who have faced hard times might be built around resilience. They have the ability to come back from setbacks that would knock other people out. That doesn't mean they're immune to pain or hardship, but they've learned to keep moving forward. According to the American Psychological Association, resilience is commonly built through adversity. Deep empathy for others. People who have walked through the struggles can very often deeply understand and feel the pain of others. That's not just trying to be sympathetic, they're empathetic. Psychology Today states that those who survive hard times learn to be more empathetic because they've been there themselves. Trouble with close relationships. Despite wanting deep connections with others, creating close connections is hard work for those who have lived challenging lives. Trust issues and fear of vulnerability can cause them to keep those on the outside at arm's length. Ironically, these are the very people who want connection the most but struggle to find it. Strong boundaries. If you've noticed someone who is particularly careful about whom they allow into their life, it's likely due to past experiences where boundaries were crossed or disrespected. They set these strong boundaries so they don't get hurt the same way again and keep their peace of mind. Feeling like an overachiever. Are you familiar with that person who gets a lot done but never feels like it's enough? It is rooted in a past when they had to prove their worth over and over again. They have done great things but perhaps struggle to celebrate their achievements because they always feel there is more to do. A grateful heart. Those who've lived through tough times simply know that gratitude is second nature. The smallest acts of kindness are appreciated when life is difficult. Research from Berkeley's Greater Good Science Center shows that practicing gratitude can have a huge effect on well-being and boost happiness. Struggling with self-image. A person with a difficult past can be hard on themselves. There are many who have suffered hardship and carry an internal battle with self-worth, unable to see themselves in a good light. This struggle can look like avoiding mirrors, steering clear of praise, and never feeling like they're worth it. Relentless work ethic. For some, rest seems like a luxury they can't afford. Those who have lived difficult lives are often more comfortable when busy, always looking for things to do to keep busy. This ridiculous work ethic is an avoidance of a deeper struggle, an avoidance of confronting the emotional problem.